Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and today we're looking at this, which is a survival kit from Wandering Raven Survival Essentials. This is going to run you around 30 bucks, and the question I'm asking as I look at this kit is, can you, for around $30, get a kit that will actually help you stay alive in the woods if, say, you were out hunting and you got lost, or you're out for a day hike and you sprained an ankle? Does this kit have gear in it that would really actually help? And for $30, you know, what are you getting? Let's take a look inside and see. All right, here's the gear that comes in the kit. First off, we have a Paracord Bracelet with a compass there, and looks like a striker as well, and then a whistle built into the clip. Got a tiny little light here, a compass, a fire steel, and a striker, an emergency rescue blanket, a whistle, a flashlight, a small folding knife, this little survival card, and a tactical pen. Okay, let's look at this first item. This is the Paracord Bracelet. So let's test out the whistle. It's a good whistle. So that. Looks like we have actually a fire steel right there in this center section, which we have the large fire steel and this as well. That's great. I love 2 fire starting options. I would like even more if maybe a tinder was included, but good to have a couple fire starting options, and we'll try that in a second. And the compass, just double check, it does work as we spin this. So north is like off this way. So it's working. Spinning it, it's working. Spin it one more time. So it does actually work as a compass. Sometimes these tiny little button-sized compasses aren't worth much. Let's make sure that the extra fire steel works, and then let's take this apart to show you how much cordage you actually get. All right, so there's a little slot there, and I slid this out, which is your striker for the fire steel. Now let's confirm that this actually works. Yeah, there you go. Certainly that's not going to be as easy as that large fire steel, but it definitely works. All right, there's our cordage. We got about 10 feet of paracord included in the bracelet. So just with the bracelet, you've got cordage, you've got a fire starting option, you've got a compass, and you've got the whistle as well. All right, let's try this whistle now. Let's compare the, ooh, that's loud. This whistle and the other whistle. Let's compare the two. All right, so there's the dedicated one, and then the one that's built into the clip. Mosquitoes here. All right, so this one's a little bit higher pitch and maybe a little bit louder, but definitely both are actual functioning whistles. Sometimes you get whistles that are just garbage. Both these things definitely work. We also have included in this 2 lighting options. So you got this little squeeze light, which it does have the, you can see right there, it's got the little kind of button so you can lock it on. And it's got a key ring so you can attach it to gear so you won't lose it. You know, attach it to a piece, use a piece of paracord, attach it to your belt or something like that. So that little light definitely works. It's not a good amount of light for a tiny little light. This one's been kind of a classic on Amazon. A lot of different companies make ones like this or use this as the base and make some modifications. This one did not come with a battery, so let me open it up real quick and just tell you what type of battery I put in here. I think it's yeah, so I have a AA Energizer in here. Got an end pressure switch right there to turn it on, and then you can zoom and focus it. So this will give you a real tight beam, and that's more of a flood. All right, I want to roll in some footage now of both these lights actually in use at night. All right, let me show you the little squeeze light in action here. I'm out on my front porch, and I mean, you could pick things up here on camera. Just zoom in a little bit there. It's not bright enough for the camera to actually focus well. But I can tell you that, you know, when I'm looking out here into the front yard, I can see pretty decently. I wouldn't want to depend on this thing to go hiking for 6 hours, but with this, you'll definitely be able to see around camp or, you know, whatever it is in the woods. Again, not a long-term solution, but you can definitely see quite well. I was pretty impressed with the output of this thing. Here's a look at my front steps. Just imagine you had to get around camp to, you know, work on your shelter or put a little more wood on the fire or something like that. You can definitely, I'm here on my front deck just looking around, but you could certainly see, you know, within 10 feet of where you are pretty well. Okay, we're on to the actual flashlight. I'm shining it out in the front yard, and you can't really see that well when it's on the flood. I would say it works a little bit better than the little squeeze light as far as giving you the ability to see out and around you. But let me zoom this in real quick. So now you can see with that hotter center, there's my son's helmet sitting in the front yard, his bike helmet. And then, yeah, I mean, this thing, it'll definitely throw a bit further when it's zoomed in. But again, open it up, just looking down here, right in front of me at the steps. But let me give you the 3 different settings. There's a high, a low, and a strobe, so be prepared for a strobe here. So that was the high, there's the low, and there's strobe again. High, low, strobe. Go back to high, and now I'm going to readjust it to the flood setting. So here is flood with the high, low, and then strobe again. Okay, here's a look at your compass. You can see it does have a little piece of cordage, so you can put this around your neck, which I will do. Oh, just so you know, that just popped, the knot just popped open, so I will retie that. So here it is around my neck. It's not too tight, plenty of, I can still look at it and keep it safely around my neck. I will tell you again, similar to the other one, I'll show you. So north is off this way. As we spin it, it is still pointing over there. It's readjusting itself again, pointing over there. So it does work. This is not, a high-end compass, but it is a functioning compass with the bezel to spin there. So you can see that as well. It does say bearing on the base plate. See if you can see that. Here it is, bearing. So yeah, functional compass. Here's your fire steel, large fire steel. Really good way to just grab a hold of it, and then we'll strike it and see if we can actually get a spark off it. So it definitely works to give you a spark. Let's see if we can get a feather stick with the knife, and then we'll start a fire. So there's your knife right there. Doesn't say what the steel type is. It is a back lock, and the back lock also doubles as, and you can use it as like kind of a carabiner. So clip it to a belt loop, or clip it to another piece of gear. Clip the compass to this. Clip your light to this. But let's see how sharp this thing is, and let me just feel it with my hand. It's decent. It's not amazingly sharp, but it's decent. See if we can get a little feather stick and then start a fire. Getting some shavings. There we go. It's definitely getting some feathers. This is not a bushcraft knife. I'm not going to want to carve with it for 10 hours, but as far as getting some basic cutting done, seems like it's doing all right. All right, well, I was so focused on trying to get the feather stick started before the weather hit that's rolling in. I got the feather stick burning, and my fire wasn't set up properly, so it went out. So I made another feather stick with the knife. I have found that using the spine of the blade when it's folded up like this actually works better than the striker that's on the fire steel. So let's do that and get a fire started here real quick. Okay. Let's get that burn a little bit more. Slide it under here. So yes, we can get a fire started with the gear included in the kit here. Here's a look at the survival blanket. I gotta talk and then move, because if I move it just makes too much noise, but definitely it will wrap around you to keep you warm at night. And I'll roll in at the end of this video, I'll put a link to my test of one of these Mylar blankets and show you a huge difference between the outside temperature and the temperature inside here. These definitely reflect the heat back to you. Let's talk about the 2 final items. First, the tactical pen. I would pass on this. I don't have any need for this in a survival kit for the outdoors. Now, in defense of the kit, it does list itself on Amazon as a survival, bushcraft, and EDC kit. So for everyday carry, yeah, I like a good pen, a good tactical pen, but in general, I have no need for this in the woods. It does work. I'll show you that I wrote my name on that piece of paper right there. But by and large, I don't really have any use for a tactical pen out in the woods. The last thing is this item right here, the survival card. And again, as an EDC item, yeah, I could see that. But it's got like wrenches there. I guess you could use this edge. It's sharpened, this edge right here. But I've already got a knife. This edge I could use to make a notch in a piece of wood, which I'll roll in some footage here to show you I did that. But overall, I'd rather have them take out the tactical pen, take this out, and invest the money in something like a small fishing kit with some hooks, some line, maybe a bobber, maybe a couple of fire tinders, something like that. So these two items I would pass on. I just don't think they don't fit into my needs, and I think most people's needs when it comes to a survival kit for the woods. All right, let's see how strong the box is. So it's definitely holding my weight. Alright guys, so you've seen the items, you've seen them in use. Let me offer you some thoughts. First of all, I will tell you that right now, this box is not waterproof. They're working on getting a similar box with a gasket. This doesn't have a gasket. It's definitely strong because you saw me stand on it, so that's good. It's going to be water resistant. You know, if it rains, this probably shouldn't be a major deal, I don't think. It looks pretty good. But you could just put some tape around the edge, put some electrical tape, because you know you don't need to get in and out of this all the time probably, so that would help keep the water out as well. So just a heads up there. Another thing is I would tell you the tactical pen and this little credit card size tool, I'd get rid of both of those and put something else in. I'd put in fire tinder, I'd put in a little fishing kit. That's a change I would make to the kit. I don't see these as useful when it comes to survival in the woods. Maybe everyday carry, yeah, you could swap these items into your gear, you know, keep the pen on you, keep this in your wallet. But for me in the woods, these are two items I would swap out for something else. Another thing I'll tell you about the box is that when you open it up, it does come with this foam inside. So I would just take that out because you're gonna just get a lot more space. And I realize that's how they ship it, but take those out and you got a lot more space to put other items into this kit. I mean, this kit is, the box is the size where you could fit an Essie Azula in here, or I think it's the Kangaroo is another one. You know, a nice small but solid fixed blade knife could definitely fit into this kit. So bottom line for me is that this kit I think offers a good base. I have yet to see a kit that meets my standards for what I want, because I know where I'm going, the type of situations that I'm going to more likely be in, and so I always adjust a kit to meet my specific needs. Now that being said, I recently reviewed a kit from Vessel, and it was a bit, you know, it was higher end, if you will, but it was like $100. And the bang for the buck, this is a third of the price. Is this the ultimate survival kit so you can go to, you know, Patagonia, so you can go to, I don't know, Alaska and survive? No, but this is a good A, baseline, and B, if you don't have any experience and you don't have a lot of money, this could be a good bottom line to get you started. I mean, even just the survival bracelet you get, I'm looking at it because it's over here, but you get paracord, a compass, a whistle, a fire steel, all in the bracelet. That's definitely a win, I would say, you know, to have those basic things. In any kit, you gotta have the skill, you gotta have the knowledge, the ability to use the stuff more than just the stuff. So if you buy a kit like this, or you buy this kit, get out there and use it. Test the gear out, and then even if you use all of it and you break something, you use the fire steel so much it's gone, buy a new kit. Now you've used that gear, and now you actually know how to function with that particular gear. You're not just saying, well, I have it in my bag, so I'm good to go. You got to know how to use it, not just think you know how to use it. I was thinking about these two whistles, the one that's included in the bracelet, and then this one as well. The reason I actually like two whistles in a kit is because this one's plastic, and if you fell, dropped something on this, crushed it, the whistle's dead. This one is going to hold up, it's going to be much more durable. So when you want to signal and get somebody's attention, if you had broken this one, you do have another one. You know that line, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So I actually kind of like this. I do like that they have multiple fire starting options in here. Again, I would put in a fishing kit and some fire starting tinder, something like that, quick tinder, something else similar, so it'd be easier for me to get a fire started. I've got links down below in the description section if you want to pick up one of the Wandering Raven Survival Essentials kits. You can use the link down below. That'll give me a little kickback to help support the channel. I want to thank these guys for sponsoring this video. They made it possible. And thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram and Tumblr as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.